Hi, I'm Brian Deese, and I'm here today to talk to you about President Obama's proposal to help millions of Americans refinance their mortgages. It's simple, but it's important. So why refinancing? Well, let's take a simple example to start. Let's say you have a mortgage that's $200,000, and your current interest rate is 6.5%. That means that you're going to pay a monthly mortgage payment of about $1,350. But today, mortgage rates are at historic lows. In fact, they're down to below 4%. So if you're in this situation and you could refinance your rate down to 4%, you're going to reduce your monthly payment to about $950 a month. That's savings of about $400 a month, or nearly $5,000 a year. Now, I'm sure many of you are thinking you could really do a lot with $5,000, but you're probably also thinking that refinancing can be complicated. There are fees, there's paperwork, oftentimes banks just say no. Well, President Obama's plan is designed to address all of that. First, if you are underwater, which means that the value of your mortgage is more than what your house is worth. To date, if you go and you try to get a refinancing too often, the answer is just no. President Obama's plan would change that by allowing those who are underwater to refinance. Second, right now, there aren't incentives for banks to actually compete for your business. But when they do, that means more options and a better deal for you. President Obama's plan would open up competition to make sure that banks are competing. Third, whether or not your loan is insured by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, you would be eligible for this program. It shouldn't matter if you've done the right thing, you are responsible, and you've been paying your bills. Who insures your mortgage? President Obama's plan would provide access no matter what. And finally, you shouldn't have to be burdened by extra fees and extra costs if your goal is just to try to save some money through refinancing. So this plan would cut out the cost of appraisals and reduce fees to make it more in your interest to do so. So the bottom line is this plan would make it easier for you to refinance your home. But what if you're not interested in refinancing your home? You're not in a position to do so. Well, this still matters for you for two reasons. The first is, if you put money in families' pockets, $5,000, they're going to go out and they're going to spend that money. That's good for business, it's good for the overall economy, it's good for everybody. But second, by helping lower families' monthly payments, that's going to make it less likely that they end up losing their home and going into foreclosure. And that matters for everybody. Just take an example. If you live in a neighborhood and somebody puts up a foreclosure sign in that neighborhood, research suggests that the value of your home goes down by 7%. And what we've seen across the country is that a foreclosure sign goes up, it pushes down the value of homes, that leads to more foreclosures and a brutal cycle that has devastated communities, devastated neighborhoods, and devastated families. This plan is also about trying to stave that off, and that's good for everybody as well. So in a nutshell, that's President Obama's plan for refinancing. But while it's easy to erase these on a whiteboard, we need Congress to act to put this plan into action for real. So we've talked about why we think refinancing is important, but we want to hear from you. We want to hear your stories. So go to whitehouse.gov and talk to us about what refinancing would mean to you. And to learn more about the programs that the administration has already put in place and are already out there for homeowners, check out makinghomeaffordable.gov.